Purple Yeti is here. It's Sunday afternoon. I have my ridiculous moniker. I got my K-State shirt on. E-ma. Every man a Wildcat. I have a delicious Di Serrano and Sprite Zero. And I'm back for another week of the Purple Yeti Roar. Well, what happened this weekend? I don't know much. I went to the Kansas State and Texas games. I'm going to talk about that. That's it, really. There's nothing else that was that exciting, except maybe Maryland putting a number on West Virginia, but that's about it. So let's talk about what happened yesterday. Kansas State lost. Of course they did. On paper, they don't have the talent to match Texas. I was hoping for Texas being Texas, but it was a weird role reversal of Kansas State making mistakes and Texas essentially being mistake-free, or at least mistake-free-er-ish. So, what happened? First, I'm doing this late in the day because I had friends coming to town. Some of them Longhorn fans, some not, but we went to the game, and it has been so long since I've had a game day experience. If you remember back in the beginning of this tasty little blog, that's what I did. I went to sports bars, and then I went to some stadiums, and I watched football games, and it was great. You know, I'd review some bars, sports bars, which eventually got to be a pretty easy rundown sheet of what's good and what's not good, and it's all going to be irrelevant here in 3 or 4 years, you know, with internet and television. It already is for me. That aside, the stadium experience will always remain the same, barring, well, okay, depending on what you're looking to do there. Like in my instance, I like tailgating, and that's what I did. I don't like rolling into the stadium and get funnel cakes for 15 bucks. Not going to do it. So, in my case, plopping down just the price for admission and then hanging out and doing whatever outside of the stadium is the way to go. So, that's what I did. And I'm so happy I had the chance to do it yesterday because it has been too long. So while K-State did lose, and I'll talk about the game here in a second, I did have a fantastic time. I'm still kind of drowning my sour the way. At any rate, tailgating. If you've ever been down to Austin, if you've ever been to Darrel K Royal Stadium, the tailgating experience is kind of weird, or at least it's not what I'm used to, and you can make arguments for why. But because it's in downtown, near the city, in the city, you don't have that experience where you can just pull into the stadium and then hang out in the parking lots and tailgate there. What it is a sprinkle of parking lots around the city that are somewhat close to the stadium that you can just find a patch of grass, plop down, and tailgate. And that's what we did. Although it was a parking lot, it was about a 15-minute walk to the stadium, you know, you pay your 15 bucks to get in. You know, you pay whatever, and you know, you just do that, and that's what I did. And for me, I think it was my first experience doing running, doing the whole tailgate thing. So, while I did not get to use the canopy that I have, it's pretty tasty. You know, we had the Coleman grill, we had the gas grill going, cooking burgers, we had some chips and dips, big cooler full of different beers and a little bit of hard liquor, tables, chairs, and some music, and some friends, most importantly, and it was a great time. K-State fans were out and about, as they should be. Texas fans were representing pretty hard. Good for them. And yeah, so you know, I grilled some burgers on a pretzel bun. If you ever follow the football feedings coach, which will not happen this week, but I'll go ahead and talk about the experience online. You will see, if you go to the football feedings, you will see the burgers that I made last year is what I went with, and everybody loved it. There's two different dips I got, some chipotle salsa habanero thing that was good, and then also some cilantro and garlic. It was awesome. And if you ever get a multi-grain seeded, like flaxseed tortilla chip, that's the way to go. It has like the driest, less greasiest flavor when you eat it. So it's very good. You'll probably see it in the pictures tomorrow. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a good tailgate, especially for impromptu-ness and pretty much being with a group of people who have never really done that before. They've really just gotten to the game and went to tailgates and got free food, so they didn't really like run the show. So it was good. It worked out pretty well. Now inside of the game, DKR is huge, and I think they get a bad rap because it is so huge. It should be full, but I mean, there's just so much to do here in Austin that you can have a lot more fun either watching it somewhere else or heading up downtown or now Rainy Street or all the way around. So it needs to be more full, but it wasn't really. That said, even when I was high up, I was able to watch the game. I was able to watch all the action, and it was good. The jumbotron is big enough, and the pageantry was all there. The pageantry's fun before the game. Okay, halftime, you're going to take a shit or a piss. Pardon my French, kids. You're not really into watching whatever halftime show is going on. You're doing other stuff. The pageantry leading up, though, that's good because it gets you kind of warmed up, gets you started. It's panache. It's good. It's bene. It's really good. So that was great. The game, however, so leaving the stadium, there's escalators up and down. We're so high up, it was crazy. There's ramps that took 11 levels down. It was hard to walk around in there, but it was because it was so huge. But everyone was cool. Got pictures with some fans. It was a good time. Very class act. Although usually the home team crowd is happier when their team is winning and then win the game. So I'll just say that. But the whole experience was fantastic. It got done, walked out, went back to the car, hung out for a little bit more, and then petered on off. It was a good experience. It was actually a great experience. But the game, man, it's a role reversal from last year. If you remember, from last year, it was kind of Case McCoy, David Ash, back and forth, blah, 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 blah. And it was the whole season for that. And now, and then we had Colin Klein on Kansas State's side. Now this year, it was two-system quarterbacking K-State style with Daniel Sams and Jake Waters, and then David Ash, who got cleared of his concussion and was able to play and ran the whole show, even though he did sit out. He got injured and was out the rest of the second half. And Case came in, and Cyrus Gray ran all over us. So it was a good barometer, I think, for both teams. Texas, the Longhorns, their backs are up against the wall, and they adjusted accordingly. And Mack will probably still be the head coach, especially if they go to a bowl game. If they beat Oklahoma this year, I think he's got a good chance of sticking around. We'll see about that. K-State, on the other hand, what can I tell you? I've been tweeting and live blogging and kind of watching as many games as I could. I missed the first game, the loss, and they haven't found their identity as an offense yet. There was no clarity. Last year, it was clear what was happening, and they were able to improve on it. And it was a good, focused, solid combination. Now this year, well, you're spreading yourself thin between two different quarterbacks. You see this result. And I was sitting in the stadium, and I was counting, Daniel Sam's going to run. Jake Waters going to throw. And that was about a 90% chance of what that's going to happen. So you're kind of giving yourself away when you swap quarterbacks out like that. Did Daniel Sam's throw? Yes. Did Jake Waters run the option? Yes. But Jake Waters had his own butt fumble going on. He fumbled the ball once on that. There was a pitch out that Hubert, I think I missed, but Hubert dropped. And then it was just too many turnovers. Jake Waters is turnover prone, even more so than Daniel Sam's. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence in Daniel Sam's throwing arm, or whether or not it's this guy was a winning player at a JUCO level. Let's let him be the leader, and he's just adjusting to step into the role. I don't know what it is, but it is certainly painful to watch. It's a growing pain, and I think this year, there wasn't really a good chance of them reloading. It's a rebuilding year, and that's a little bit more understandable after yesterday. Does it suck? Yeah. Streaks are made to be broken, though. 5 in a row against Mack Brown. Yeah, that'll work. I'll take it. We're still leading the series, but we'll see what happens here in the next couple of years. Especially once whoever grows into the role, because I don't even know if anyone's decided. This is like a Gregory Colin Klein deal going on right now. It's weird. And we might go to the Pinstripe Bowl. That'd be a good season. Now, whereas, as I predicted, if they run the table, then they'll hit my prediction. So, I drank some Kool-Aid on that, and that's my bad. The reality is probably going to be 7-6. Maybe 7, not 7-6. Yeah, 7-5. Maybe 8-4. I'm sticking with that because they're going to get better by the end of this year. At some point, the decision will be made, and we might have to eat a game from it, but we should get better toward the end. Why? Tyler Lockett, Tremaine Thompson. Tyler Lockett is a beast. He made some awesome catches in that game. I can't wait to see him catch more balls. And that's probably why Waters will be handed the rock for the rest of the year. Or at least, should be. As much as I like Daniel Sam's, I don't know why this guy's not throwing. I don't know what they don't trust about this guy about throwing, but let's move that aside. Tyler Lockett is a man. Tremaine Thompson is a man. Give those guys the ball and let them make plays, because that's where your playmakers are at. Hubert's falling back. He doesn't have a line in front of him, and you saw it last night. So you're going to see probably more hurried passes, stuff like that, dink and dunks, whatever. Let the wide receivers make the plays. That's where your bread and butter is at Kansas State. On the defensive side of the ball, you got burned a couple times. So the offensive talent is coming back. The one thing about that game, and I got to give credit to whoever, is it Major Applewhite? Is he still running the offense? At any rate, got to give credit to the offense in Texas in going into hurry-up mode for the whole game. They didn't have their assignments. Not enough starters were there. Wasn't as solid. Couldn't lock down. Couldn't catch up. I think they saw the plays and grabbed the playbook from Oregon after the Fiesta Bowl last year and just ran that, and it worked because they aren't athletic beasts. They're system kids, and they're gonna get tired quicker, and you're gonna see that happen. Whether other schools do it, I don't know, but I'm worried about Baylor, I'm worried about Texas Tech, and I'm kind of worried about Oklahoma State. Now, Oklahoma, they're gonna be pretty tough. Iowa State and TCU even, and Kansas, all those three teams, they're not going to go that style. They don't have the kind of talent to do it. So I could see Kansas State doing better against those teams than maybe the other set of teams. West Virginia, I don't know what the hell's going on with West Virginia. We'll find out. At any rate, I'm still sticking to my guns for at least a bowl prediction, and I'm eating crow on that. Congratulations, Texas Longhorns. Your season's almost saved. You got to keep winning. You looked really good yesterday, and you'll probably look. Hopefully, you get to keep it up. Because at this point, I want Mack Brown to keep his job. I love Mack Brown. He should stay the head coach. So let them sniff a Big 12 championship, and maybe doing so beating Oklahoma. That'd be great. If that would happen, it'd be a perfect season. They'll hang on to Mack Brown, and Kansas State will reload next year. It'd be perfect. So that's it. I didn't see any other games. I enjoyed the game. The game day experience was amazing. I wish the outcome would come out better. I tip my furry hat to Texas. I'm happy that maybe we've kind of subversely helped getting Mack Brown's seat a little bit cooler. I'll take that. But what I can't take is the dual quarterback system thing we got going right now, because it's not going to produce any kind of consistent play, and it's not going to generate any championship material. And you know what? You keep piddling with that, and we may not even make a bowl. So get on that, pick your quarterback and run with it, and then just eat it until after them. So leave a comment down below. Subscribe up above with the fake buttons that never show up. And until next time, hey, I'll see ya.